That's the key point. Sarah Walker in action, one of the presenters of the BBC programme To Buy or Not to Buy. Good morning.
Good morning.
Also joining Sarah, Trebor Kent, who's a former president of the National Association of Estate Agents. Hello to you both.
Morning, both.
Sarah, did you say there spend the money because it's a good investment?
I did. I hope I'm not going to have to backpedal horribly now. No, I think it depends on the type of property and it depends on the market. And for example, in that property that we saw there, there was a lot that could be done to it to improve it, to add good square footage, good usable space. And that's the thing. If you are improving the property, and particularly there where you are converting or extending, as long as you're adding good quality usable space, then it's always going to make the money.
So Trevor, is that the case? It depends what you spend your money on.
Well, it's a scary old business. I mean, we're talking about amateurs. All these programs are saying it's so easy. It's like falling off a log to make money doing a house up, but it isn't. And mistakes are made time and time again. We only see the success stories, I fear, most of the time. We don't see the people that lose money. You get seduced into spending too much money on a kitchen. You put in new bathrooms. People want to buy blank canvases and move in and do it themselves very often. And they'll actually pay more to estate agents for a house that needs doing up than one that's been done up.
So the words needs modernisation is actually a good thing,
Oh, it's great.
on estate agents these days?
That's why we put it up all the time on the adverts, yes,
Okay.
because if you've got a lot of cash to sink into a project, then you're looking for one that hasn't got the money spent on it already.
So Sarah, is it the case you could buy a wreck and in a rising property market, just sit on it? You don't have to spend any money at all, you don't have to expend any effort, the price will go up.
Well, you said it there, Dermot, in a rising market, and we've been very fortunate over the past few years. The prices have scampered up by themselves, so you genuinely haven't had to do anything. And when people have spent money and they've made money on their property, is it because of what they've done, or is it because the market was rising naturally? And the answer is probably the latter.
Yeah.
But the point is that when it does get a bit sticky and it's not a rising market, you do have to make a bit of effort. And although Trevor was saying, you know, some people, yes, they do want to go in and buy something that they can do up, the point is that now interest rates are rising, we've got to spend more of our disposable income on our mortgages already, and a lot of people buying, particularly in sort of the lower half of the market, haven't got the money to spend on the property, so they want something that they can move into, that they're not going to have to do anything to right away.
That's a good point, isn't it? Because we are all mortgaged up to the hilt, I suspect,
Yes,
at the moment,
yes.
and therefore don't really have the money to spend on improving our homes.
And if you're buying a house, doing it up and then planning to rent it, that's yet another risk, because of course we've got an oversupply of property available for rent at the moment. So you could spend 20,000 doing a house up, stick it on the market to rent, and you've got so much competition it won't go. So then you're paying your mortgage, you're having no income, you're in big trouble. It's not a game for amateurs. You've really got to be very careful.
You go along with that, Sarah, don't you?
No, well, that is a very good point, but there is an oversupply, but there's an oversupply in terms of quantity, not necessarily in terms of quality. So if you are renting your property, I think you do have to make the effort because you need to be top of the pile. There's a lot of choice out there and you need to give people the reason to go for your property, not someone else's.
In the Midlands and the North, there are 50% of brand new flats vacant, unlet. So condition itself doesn't win you the tenant all the time.
Okay. I think you could go on and on and on,
We
actually,
could.
to arguing about this. But
We're not arguing, we both agree.
Discussing, yes. Thank you very much, both of you, for coming in. Very